Welcome to this deep dive into the history of California. In this video, we'll explore the fascinating journey of this diverse state, from its indigenous roots to its rise as a global powerhouse. Whether you're a history buff or just curious about how California became what it is today, this video has something for everyone. Let's begin. 1. Indigenous peoples and early inhabitants. Long before European explorers arrived, California was home to a rich diversity of indigenous peoples. The state's geography, from coastal cliffs to sprawling valleys and towering mountains, supported many distinct cultures and communities. These tribes, including the Chumash, Pomo, Miwok, and Yurok, lived off the land for thousands of years, developing complex social structures, languages, and traditions. Second European exploration and Spanish colonization, 1542 to 1821. In 1542, the first European, Juan Rodriguez Cabrillo, arrived on California's coast. However, it wasn't until the late 1700s that Spanish explorers began to settle in California. Led by figures like Junipero Serra, the Spanish built missions, presidios, and pueblos along the coast, beginning in San Diego in 1769. This era marked the beginning of significant change for indigenous populations, as many were forced into mission life, disrupting their traditional ways of life. In 1821, after Mexico gained independence from Spain, California became part of Mexico. Third Mexican California, 1821 to 1848. California, under Mexican rule, saw the mission system dismantled and large land grants given to ranchers, creating the rancho culture. These land grants transformed California's economy into one centered around cattle ranching and agriculture. However, tensions between Mexican authorities and American settlers began to grow. The region was sparsely populated and largely underdeveloped during this period, but that would soon change. The California Gold Rush, 1848 to 1855. In 1848, James W. Marshall discovered gold at Sutter's Mill, sparking the California Gold Rush. Thousands of people from around the world rushed to California in search of fortune, dramatically increasing the population. This period marked California's rapid transformation from a sparsely populated area to a booming frontier society. The gold rush also led to significant environmental changes and devastating impacts on indigenous populations, as miners and settlers encroached upon native lands. 5. California becomes a state, 1850. In 1850, California became the 31st state of the United States, largely as a result of the gold rush. The state was admitted as a free state under the Compromise of 1850, bypassing the question of slavery in the region. As California's economy grew, so did the tensions surrounding its rapid urbanization, infrastructure needs, and the treatment of its native populations. 6. The Transcontinental Railroad and Development, 1860s–1900. The completion of the Transcontinental Railroad in 1869 connected California to the rest of the United States, opening up new markets and accelerating the state's growth. The late 19th century saw the rise of industries such as agriculture, oil, and film, helping to shape California into a key economic player. 7. Early 20th century. Immigration, innovation, and the Great Depression, 1900 to 1940s. The early 20th century saw waves of immigrants, particularly from Asia and Mexico, coming to California in search of better opportunities. California's cities like Los Angeles grew rapidly, becoming cultural and economic hubs. However, the Great Depression hit California hard, leading to widespread poverty, especially in agriculture-heavy areas like the Central Valley. During this time, Hollywood emerged as the entertainment capital of the world, with the film industry creating an entirely new cultural identity for California. 8. World War II and post-war boom, 1940s to 1960s. World War II had a significant impact on California's economy, with military production and defense industries booming. The state's role in the war effort helped bring it out of the Depression and into an era of prosperity. The post-war years also saw the rise of the suburbs, with many Americans flocking to California in search of the American dream. California became the home of major technological innovations in the aerospace and defense industries, as well as the birthplace of Silicon Valley, which would later become the global center for technology and innovation. 9. Civil rights, counterculture, and social change, 1960s, 1970s. In the 1960s and 1970s, California became a focal point for social and political movements. The civil rights movement, the fight for labor rights, and the feminist movement found strong support in the state. California was also the birthplace of the counterculture, with events like the Summer of Love in San Francisco and the rise of environmentalism led by figures like Rachel Carson. This period was also marked by California's large role in the political arena, as it became a swing state in national elections. 10. Modern California. Tech, immigration, and global influence. 1980s present. By the 1980s, California was firmly established as a global powerhouse in technology, entertainment, and agriculture. The rise of Silicon Valley as the hub for technology companies, such as Apple, Google, and Facebook, changed the world forever. The film industry continued to thrive in Hollywood, and California's diverse population contributed to a vibrant cultural identity. However, challenges like income inequality, housing crises, and environmental concerns have persisted into the 21st century, with ongoing debates about how to address these issues. From its indigenous roots to its current status as a global cultural and economic giant, California's history is rich and multifaceted. The state has continually reinvented itself, blending innovation with tradition, and its story is still unfolding. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this journey through time, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content about the history of the Golden State.